Hey, what's going on? It's Chris Maniak. I'm here with Justin Holer, and we're here for part two of the Take a Ticket installation video. Thought it'd be easier to get it into the office and be able to show the top of the unit alongside of the wiring diagram from Microframe. So Justin's going to give a brief description of the left side of the unit, which is the pre-manufactured side of it, pre-wired. And then I'll talk through some wiring techniques on the right. So Justin, what is this side for?
So the left side of the terminals, the first three communicate from the buttons to the screens. The second set of them connect all of the screens together, and then the bottom two give the power to the screens. So pretty simple.
So note one thing as we go into the right side of this. Notice that there is connectors already pre-shrunk onto the wire for those clips to go in from the pre-manufacturer. And you'll see in the photo that you're looking at here that it's bare wire and with no wire connectors in there. So I want to talk about that first. The communication cables that you'll be receiving from off the wall indeed will have clips on them, so you can utilize them. Um, Due to having different ceiling heights at your store at different sites, um, the cable's likely going to be much longer than what you need. So our intention in the detail, and what we ask of the electrician is to let 2 feet of cable with the clips on it hang out the bottom of the 2-inch threaded pole. And then all the additional wire, which there may be up to 50, 75 feet of extra cable, to be neatly spooled up and in the backside of the first cutting counter millwork unit that it's in. You can see here that the clips aren't on there because the contractor um, and the electrician opted to just not have any coil inside the millwork and then just to cut the ends off and then to just wire directly into the screw. From the JOANN perspective, we don't honestly care as long as the unit works. So if you want to cut the cables off because it's either easier to fish them down the poles, go ahead. But anyways, want to talk about wiring. So what's probably hard to see here, but for every one of these connection points all the way down through the unit, there's going to be two wires going to each terminal because we have two different daisy chains that have buttons in them. So these first sets of wires, as Justin communicated earlier, for the communication of the buttons. So one's an up, one's a down, one's a neutral. Um, so if looking at the wiring diagram, you could see input two is red. Um, the common button is black, and then the input one is white. And that's exactly the way that's wired here. And then so you're just gonna loosen that screw up, turn the wires around there and tighten it down. If you have the clips on there, much easier, just stick the clip in and tighten it down. Um, the next few terminals are not used at all because those are already pre-manufactured in on the other side. Those are the cables that are connecting all the TVs together, so they're all displaying the same information. And then down on the bottom, which are your um, last terminals that are in the diagram, you have red and black. Those are your power terminals that are coming from the manufacturer that are going to your transformer. Now, I'm not quite sure why the wire that our millwork vendor sent in for this project was a white and a black. So you might have to do some, you got a 50% chance of getting it right for it to go on. But we'll try to correct that going forward. But honestly, as long as it's wired the same way down on the bottom side into your power inverter, it doesn't matter. So there's only two wires. You should have a positive and a negative at your transformer, and then obviously a positive and a negative at your terminal point. So you could actually see over here that this actually was a three wire, so they could have opted to use the red wire. They just didn't. So easy enough, you can't really mess up the power part of it. I shouldn't say it can't be messed up, but you'll notice very quickly when it doesn't turn on. So that's pretty much it for wiring it in. Wanted to remind that the wiring part of this into the unit is the responsibility of the installers, as mentioned earlier in part one of this video. Getting all of these communication and power cables ran through the power poles and the 2-inch threaded pipes are the electricians or general contractors responsibility. And I do believe that earlier in the video, when talking about fishing them down those raceways, I think I did fail to mention the third wire. So I think I mentioned that there's two communication three wires that they would have to fish. I think I failed to mention the actual power wire. So there's actually three that are going through each raceway. If you have any questions about this, feel free to reach out to your fixture planner, and we will be updating this video with a 100% completely correct wiring. This was just the first store this went into, but hope this all made sense. So thank you for watching.